Gemini, song that's playing for you is regulated. So look, whether you trying to get some shit under control, or you trying to sort some shit out, or somebody outside of you trying to sort some shit out with you, Gemini. You invested in some shit with somebody, and now you realize somebody might have ended the situation with you. Somebody hurt. Somebody heartbroken because some shit getting the way some shit getting handled. Whether Gemini is handling it or Gemini you being handled. You feel me? I see, ooh, I like your songs. And it's on real sweet. Yeah, look what's on the bottom. So something's ending. Who getting, and somebody getting handled in some way, shape, or form. Some shit getting so, you might not feel good about an ending that has occurred or is occurring because of some conflict, and you might be in some conflict, or just because of some past conflict you was in the past. Previously you were invested in a very, it was just an environment, space, or a situation that brought you spiritual friction. And now fast forward, it's like you may still be in that, or you may be in that, you may not be in that scenario or scene anymore, but hey, we just entered retrograde, and it's like something may be presenting itself to you that came from something similar to that to blind you in some way, shape, or form, emotionally. It's like you got hit with a flashbang from it may not be the same person or the same people, but it's the same energy. You feel me? Yeah, as I say that, you got hit with a flashbang, sun in reverse. And from some conflict that you were previously invested in. Might have gotten over it, but it's like you invested in, it's like you're bleeding on people because of some trauma you went through. You got to regulate that. You got to get that under control. It's time to tame that. Or you are being forced to now gain control over what emotions you lack control over. Whether it's because you emotionally manipulative, because it's the Ace of Cups. So this could be you expressing your emotions in an ill manner in order to be the devil, in order you want to be toxic. So the only way you know how to get things to move the way you want them to move is by manipulating the situation or situations. And you find we're doing that. In the past, that brought you it's like you doing that, you being the manipulative Gemini you are, if this is for you, brought you conflict in the past. That shit only got you caught up in some bullshit. So now you chained to a form, and because you're chained to a form, this is how you express yourself now. Because of your past, you're in a bitter present. You feel me? And it's only just because of your own actions. You got your enlightenment burned you in some way, shape, or form. It's like you got blinded by your own light. But the light you were shining was toxic. Fast forward, it's like now you can't see. This is the way I live. Ain't that some shit? You've been living a certain type of way for so long. You never thought you would have to switch up. I never thought this wasn't supposed to be it. You feel me? Yo, boy, still pushing big, man. That's not my money, man. Ooh, that's two, but one fell first. Hey, you weren't being honest, Jim. So if it wasn't you who wasn't being honest, if it's you versus someone outside of you, someone outside of you could have lied to you in some way, shape, or form, and that brought conflict to the space you share with them. It's like someone lied to you and they made you see with that one lie, they made you see the dynamic of the whole situation differently. You may not be able to walk away from something or someone, but how you expressing your emotions or how you're investing in that situation now emotionally is on a whole different scale. It's like on a different level. You may still be emotional. You may still be involved in this relationship. Look what fell out. I'm telling you, you may still be. You got the Ace of Coins and Cups, both in reverse, with the Hierophant between that. Somebody lied to you and got you to invest in some bullshit. You may still be in the bullshit, but it's like you're just not going to express. You're not expressing the fact that you want to be here. It's like you somewhere you don't want to be, doing something you don't want to be doing. But that's only because you let somebody trick you or manipulate you into signing a deal, shaking hands with somebody. And we talking ideas. It's like someone
Taurus feminine
might be dealing with a Taurus or a Leo or a Capricorn. Yeah, put your foot in the shoe that fits you. That made me lose my train of thought. So if it's you versus you might have invested. You not even might have. You were in a better place, and that's just because you had some past conflict, whether it was yesterday or whether it was decades ago. You feel me? You had things you had to sort out internally that were keeping you in a toxic place internally. It was something because you got burned or you got played back in 5th grade. Or your mom passed this mentality down to you and you had to clear that out. You feel me? You had to stop thinking like that. You know that's not the way to think. Your dad gave you this bad habit. You picked this up. You feel me? It's something that's been holding on to you for a while. And because of that, you were in a dishonest place. You weren't in your truth, your actual truth. You were in the truth according to how your external world wanted you to be. In fact, now that you took an action. You took an action and now you're in a sticky situation. Or you just can't take the action you want to take because of some dishonesty on your part. Hey, look, King of Coins in reverse. If it's a mindset, then yeah. If we're talking about a mentality, you have a certain type of mindset, habit, routine, a certain place you go, people you kick it with. Folks, this is the way I live. You thought this was life. You thought this was how life was supposed to be. You thought this is how you should. You've been doing this. You feel me? You thought this would take you to your happiness. It didn't. You thought you would be happy when this all played out. You thought you could figure something out. You thought you saw the end of the road when it came to this situation. Nah, you was in a whole different place. You was just lying to yourself because you wanted something to be real. But no matter how much you wanted to make it real, you only wanted to make it real in the first place because you were in a bad place internally, spiritually. You were in some sort of home you built internally to make this type of thing seem okay. But you only made that because of some trauma you had. What you was doing wasn't okay. The mind you were expressing wasn't alright. That wasn't the way to live. Yeah, put your foot in the shoe that fits you though. Yeah, judgment. Now you've been judged, and you don't look like you're on the right side of the judgment there, Gemini. I'm gonna be honest with you, because you don't feel good about some sort of dishonesty, whether that's on your part. Or if it's you versus someone outside of you. Someone outside of you could have been lying to you. Someone outside of you manipulated you to get you to invest in something. Someone brought you an apple. They tempted you. You bid it. You bid it. And after you bid it, you realize everything this person brought you, everything this person said to you, all the minds and ideas, all the emotions, all that shit was a lie just to manipulate you to get you to bite the apple. And now you done bit the apple. So you may be judging the situation. You may be in a space and or friendship or relationship that has current conflict because of the leap of faith you took. You trusted someone you shouldn't have trusted. But now it's like, you're not expressing yourself emotionally. You may not be emotionally investing yourself the way you used to in that friendship, the way you used to at this job or in this relationship. You feel me? This one job made it seem good to quit your last job and start working here. So you did that, only to find out, oh, this job is worse than my last job, but you still here though. You feel me? You still working though. You just in some sort of spiritual conflict about it. Or you external. You having a lot of conflict with your fellow co-workers. Life is good. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you though. Still got one more. Hey, on my taxes, I'm too turned up. First, got the paddock on my wrist on the nuts. Okay, so what? I think it was us. And look, like if it's you versus someone outside of you, in the sense where it's three people, one person is leaving a three-person friend group. Yeah, look, as I say that, 3 of Swords. Someone could be holding himself back and letting go of the space they share with you and someone else. You might be losing a friend. Somebody might just be disassociating themselves with you because Gemini, you was a liar. You weren't honest, and this other person was manipulative. But you were only dishonest because you let someone manipulate you. You thought you could trust this person the whole time. You couldn't trust this person. Now someone outside of you is making a judgment for the betterment of themselves to move or change direction, move away from this, whatever this is, whatever the conflict is. If it's you versus you, you could be making a decision. Now that after you done bit the apple, now that it's like this situation or the scenario has played out. And in the end, you realized everything you invested in was a lie. Nothing, you shouldn't have did none of that. You shouldn't have expressed yourself like that. You shouldn't have talked to this person. You shouldn't have yeah, look, you shouldn't have did none of that. But you're not going to let it stop you from putting yourself in a better place now. You feel me? So that's what you're doing. You call judgment, and it's time for you to be in a better position when it comes to this energy, this subject, this topic, this form of expression, these people, this person. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. But you're making a decision to do something. If it's you versus you, you're making a decision to make a change now. Because tomorrow won't be better unless you do something now. You feel me? Man, put your foot in the shoe that fits you though.